This time, we're breaking down the plot of a thriller film called Death of a Unicorn. The story follows a father and daughter who must deal with a dangerous attack from a unicorn after accidentally killing its baby. The film begins with a lawyer named Elliot stepping off a plane with his daughter, Ridley. From the start, their relationship feels tense and distant, hinting at some unresolved issues. Elliot invites Ridley to join him on a trip to his boss Odell's house. On their way, they drive through a nature reserve, which, as it turns out, is owned by Odell. Elliot starts sneezing nonstop due to a dust allergy and asks Ridley to roll up the car window. He then tells her to enjoy the scenery instead of zoning out, but Ridley replies with a flat, uninterested tone, clearly not wanting to engage with her father. Moments later, Elliot sneezes again and loses focus, causing the car to hit a horse standing in the middle of the road. To their shock, the injured animal is not just any horse. It's a unicorn, a creature long believed to exist only in fairy tales. Ridley gently touches the unicorn's horn out of sympathy, and during that contact, she suddenly sees a breathtaking vision of outer space. Elliot, thinking she's acting weird, abruptly ends the moment by repeatedly hitting the unicorn's head, splattering blood across his face. They continue their journey and eventually arrive at Odell's house, secretly hiding the unicorn's body in their car. Elliot fears legal consequences for killing what might be an endangered species. At the house, Ridley meets Odell's wife Belinda and son Shepard. Meanwhile, Elliot checks in on Odell, who is gravely ill with cancer and wants to appoint Elliot as his business successor, particularly in Odell's family-run pharmaceutical lab. A security guard begins to suspect something after noticing the damage to Elliot's car. Elsewhere, Ridley retreats to the bathroom, clearly shaken by everything that's happened. She wipes her face with a rag previously used to clean the unicorn's blood and notices something strange. Her acne suddenly disappears. At the same time, Elliot realizes that his dust allergy is gone, and even his poor eyesight has corrected itself. While Elliot continues negotiations with Odell's family, he urges Ridley to stay quiet about the unicorn incident. But before long, chaos erupts. The unicorn wakes up in the car and tries to escape. Security guards are forced to shoot it dead. Now, Odell and his family finally learn what really happened before Elliot arrived. Just like Elliot and Ridley, they're stunned that unicorns are real, but they all agree to cover up the incident to avoid government trouble. From here on, let's call this unicorn Mia. That night, Elliot and Ridley have a heart-to-heart conversation, revealing that their relationship became strained after Ridley's mom passed away. Ridley feels like her dad never truly understood or supported her, especially now that he's ignoring her advice on how to handle Mia's death. Later, Ridley finds an old photo of her late mother, which shows a decorative antique unicorn. She investigates and learns that it's part of a medieval art collection honoring a unicorn that was once hunted by humans. According to legend, unicorns are angry and vengeful creatures. Ridley then has a strange dream. She sees herself connected to a mysterious being running through the forest. She becomes convinced the creature is a unicorn. Meanwhile, a group of scientists led by Dr. Song forces Elliot and Ridley to take part in a research project. The study is backed by Odell, who wants to understand Mia's biology. Dr. Song reveals that Mia's blood contains a mysterious healing compound, and her horn emits a bioelectromagnetic signal. They also discover that the horn's material is even more potent than the blood itself. At Odell's request, Dr. Song creates a serum using the substance from Mia's horn and adds it to Odell's IV in hopes of curing his cancer. But despite their efforts, Odell shows no signs of recovery, leading them to question whether the unicorn's power is truly what they expected. Sometime later, Odell shocks everyone. He suddenly regains his strength and appears completely healthy. After running a few tests, Dr. Song comes up with a theory. Odell's cancer may have been cured. While it still needs confirmation, Odell's family becomes fully convinced that the substance in Mia's horn is a powerful anti-cancer remedy. Seeing the opportunity, The Odell family plans to mass-produce a drug made from the unicorn horn material to gain huge profits. Odell instructs Dr. Song to replicate the substance so they can continue production even after Mia's horn has been fully extracted. Odell and his wife, Belinda, start reaching out to their business partners to pitch the unicorn horn project and attract investors. Meanwhile, Elliot tries to convince Ridley that this project could make them both rich. As a reward for discovering the unicorn, Elliot is promised a large royalty payout. But Ridley is uncomfortable with all of this. She doesn't want Mia to be sacrificed for the sake of science. In front of Elliot and the Odell family, Ridley presents her own research on the history of unicorns. According to ancient texts, unicorns were once viewed as fierce, sacred beasts capable of healing wounds and disease. She warns them that ignoring history could lead to disaster, insisting they cancel the project before something terrible happens. Unfortunately, no one takes her seriously, not even Elliot. Following Odell's orders, Dr. Song prepares to move Mia's body from the house to the lab. But during the process, strange things begin to happen. There are power outages, signal disruptions, and all electronics in the area start malfunctioning. At the same time, the bioelectromagnetic signal from Mia's horn spikes dramatically. Suddenly, a fully grown female unicorn, let's call her Stella, appears and fatally impales Dr. Song with her horn. The surprise attack plunges the entire situation into chaos. As the security team scrambles to stop Stella, Ridley hides under a car, watching in horror as one of the guards gets his head crushed beneath Stella's hoof. She escapes and takes cover inside a nearby barn. Stella approaches the barn door, but Ridley quickly locks it to prevent the unicorn from getting in. To her surprise, Stella doesn't try to break in. She suddenly appears calm, almost peaceful, like she no longer wants to harm Ridley. Just then, the guards fire a shotgun at Stella, wounding her badly. Stella flees into the nearby forest, and as soon as she leaves, all the power and signal disruptions stop. Once things settle down, everyone starts piecing together what just happened. They come to believe that Stella is Mia's mother, and she attacked because her child had been harmed. Ridley adds that she believes Stella didn't attack her because she shares a special bond with unicorns after touching Mia's horn. Ridley once again begs the Odell family to stop using Mia for their own gain, warning them that more danger will come if they don't. But they refuse. They not only want the financial benefits of the unicorn project, but they also argue that this discovery could help people suffering from deadly diseases. Soon after, Elliot joins Odell's hunting team on a mission to kill Stella. They believe it won't be difficult since Stella is already badly wounded. Before leaving, Elliot tries to comfort Ridley, who's upset with how greedy and selfish Odell's family has become. He explains that he sided with them to secure the royalties and ensure Ridley's future. He asks her to understand that everything he's doing, no matter how harsh, is for her own good. Once the hunting team departs, Shepard lashes out at Dr. Badia, who has opposed the unicorn horn project from the start. Shepard forces Dr. Badia to remove the rest of Mia's horn for the sake of the project. Afterward, Shepard secretly takes the extracted substance to his room. As a personal experiment, he inhales the material and instantly experiences an overwhelming, euphoric sensation. Meanwhile, Ridley uncovers new information. Unicorns have a regenerative ability that allows them to heal themselves and even return from death. This explains how Mia briefly came back to life, and why Stella is still alive despite being shot multiple times. Realizing the danger, Ridley warns a security guard named Griff that the hunting team needs to return before Stella recovers. She sends a message to Elliot, urging him to come back as soon as possible. But the moment Elliot receives the message, his phone malfunctions, just like all the tech that went haywire back at Odell's estate. At that time, Elliot and the hunting party are closing in on Stella, who's hiding deep in the woods, healing herself. Meanwhile, back at the house, Dr. Badia manages to finish cutting off the rest of Mia's horn using a saw. Just seconds later, a fully grown male unicorn, let's call him Nolan, launches a brutal attack on the hunting team. Odell and Elliot flee for their lives, barely making it back to the Odell estate. But Nolan follows, continuing his assault even as they return home. In the middle of this chaos, everyone finally realizes that Nolan and Stella are Mia's parents, likely seeking revenge for what happened to their child. Desperate to end the violence, Odell attempts to approach Nolan in hopes of calming him. Instead, Nolan gores Odell in the head, killing him instantly in a gruesome scene. While Nolan and Stella pull back for a moment, everyone else hides and scrambles to figure out what to do next. Ridley suggests that the only solution might be returning Mia's body to her parents. Just then, the power goes out again due to another surge from the unicorns, trapping everyone on the property as the gates won't open. Belinda and Shepard order Griff to open the gates manually. Meanwhile, Belinda and Shepard instruct Elliot and Dr. Badia to handle Mia's body. Dr. Badia carefully stores Mia's horn in a secure tube. Then, while the others are distracted, she quietly returns Mia's body to Nolan and Stella. As Dr. Badia runs toward the now open gate, she's killed, brutally attacked by both unicorns. After witnessing this, Ridley is crushed with guilt. She thought returning Mia would stop the violence, but she was wrong. The attacks continue, meaning the real problem isn't just about Mia's body. Shepard angrily blames Ridley for keeping a key part of unicorn lore to herself. According to ancient legend, unicorns would only become calm in the presence of a pure-hearted girl. Shepard believes Ridley should have approached Nolan and Stella from the start, but she admits she wasn't sure if the legend was true. At this point, chaos erupts as everyone makes their own plan to escape. But before long, Nolan and Stella break into the house. While hiding, Elliot opens up to Ridley. He finally confesses that before his wife passed away, he made a promise to always protect Ridley, no matter what. But that promise twisted into selfishness, blinding him to what Ridley actually needed. He apologizes for being a disappointing father. Then, Elliot reveals that he secretly stole Mia's horn from the lab tube. This moment helps Ridley realize that Nolan and Stella are still attacking because they know the horn was taken. Elliot urges Ridley to escape while he creates a distraction using the horn. Meanwhile, Belinda and Shepard are hiding elsewhere from the unicorns. Shepard, now experiencing enhanced intelligence from consuming so much unicorn horn extract, reveals a dark plan. He wants to capture Nolan and Stella alive and force them to reproduce so their horns can be harvested repeatedly. As they hide, Belinda is suddenly impaled by Nolan. Even with a crossbow in hand, Shepard does nothing as he watches Nolan rip open his mother's abdomen. Soon after, Shepard captures Ridley and uses her as bait to lure Nolan closer. But as Nolan approaches, something unexpected happens. He calms down and lies peacefully beside Ridley, confirming the legend Ridley had kept secret all along. Shepard quickly takes advantage and ties Nolan's legs, hoping to trap him for his sick plan. Elliot then arrives, leading Stella using Mia's horn. Just like Nolan, Stella also grows calm when near Ridley, allowing Shepard to tie her up too. But before he can act further, Elliot grabs Mia's horn and stabs Shepard with it, fed up with his cruelty.
There's so much to do, but there are no...
In retaliation, Shepard stabs Elliot with the arrow he's holding. As Ridley panics over her father's injuries, Nolan and Stella break free of their restraints. Stella then kicks Shepard in the head, killing him instantly. While Elliot lays dying, Ridley shares what she saw the first time she touched Mia's horn, a peaceful vision of herself with both her mom and dad, together in harmony. Tragically, Elliot dies right as they finally begin to reconnect. But then, Nolan and Stella touch horns and combine their powers. In a miraculous act, they bring Elliot back to life and revive Mia, restoring them both completely. Just as things seem to settle, Griff arrives with the police. Elliot and Ridley are taken into custody and sit quietly in the back of a police car. During the ride, they finally make peace with each other. Elliot admits he saw the same celestial vision Ridley once described when he touched Mia's horn. Suddenly, Stella's unicorn family appears, galloping toward the police car. Thanks to their bond with the unicorns, Elliot and Ridley understand their message. Stella's family is coming to rescue them. Without hesitation, they buckle their seatbelts, knowing what's about to happen. The unicorns charge the police vehicle, setting Elliot and Ridley free. And with that, the film comes to a powerful and emotional end.